What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Santa 71 here, bringing us another video. Today I'm bringing us a video on Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and this will be regarding the summaries and descriptions for episodes 14 through 17. Before that, I want to start off by saying that there is a speculated date now for when the first episode of the fall season will be starting in America. That episode will be episode 9, and the date that people are speculating is August 24th. We don't have official confirmed confirmation right now, but it's looking very likely that that is going to be the date that the show will return to the States. I will update it once I have official confirmation, but this is more so focused on the summaries and the titles for episodes 14 through 17. So just keep it in mind. So let me get started with going over these summaries. And I want to start off by saying episode 14 is an episode that just released outside of America, so I already know a good amount of information about it, but I don't want to give away too much for anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled. So I'm just going to give you guys the main key point of the episode without going into much detail on it. But let me get started with these little bits of detail here. So the episode is called Sound and Fury, and the description says the Power Ranger skills are put to the test when Blaze uses his evil tech to massively enhance his Robotron's destructive power. Okay, so first of all, Sound and Fury. So keep in mind those words. So Sound has to do with, actually, I'm going to give you guys this extra hint that I originally wasn't going to include, which is it has to do with the monster's ability. I'm not going to go into what that means, but I'm just saying it has to do with what his ability is based around. So that's something. But the other thing to know about this episode is that this is the episode that's going to introduce the Red Ranger's power-up form. I'm not going to go into detail on it other than that. You can find clips online of it, but I'm not going to spoil much else about it. And the reason why I'm even mentioning it is just because episode 15 pretty much talks about it, but this is the episode that technically is the official premiere of the form, and many people are saying it's probably their favorite episode in the show so far for Beast Morphers. But I'm not going to go into detail other than that until I do the actual review, and I'm intentionally avoiding doing that until the episode officially releases in the States, so just keep that in mind. So that's episode 14. Episode 15, let me get started with that. What can I say? Episode 15, as I said before, is the continuation, and it expands on this. So the episode is called Seeing Red, and the summary says the Red Ranger gets amazing new powers, but they have unexpected side effects. So this is a really common thing that's done in Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Super Sentai is the Japanese show, for those who do not know. Basically the idea is that whenever they introduce a new form or a new character that it's a ranger or something like that, they typically start off mainly with like final forms, with having it where the form comes across as being like completely overpowered to the point that there's no way anything can defeat it. And then what they do is in the following episode, or a few episodes after this form is shown off, they will do something that will basically provide a means for it to be not the strongest thing ever. Because again, you have to find that balance. And it's a very common thing. So you may think, oh, well, wouldn't it be better if it were the strongest thing? Of course it would. But again, they have to find some way to balance it out. That's why the battleizers or anything else are typically seen as really strong when they're first shown off, and then from there they come across as being weaker. Not necessarily weak, but just weaker. They're typically seen as something that's used as a last resort tactic, rather than something that's used on a regular basis. So that's a very important point. For those who do not know, this form is one that's going to be used in actual battle. So that's the other difference between it and any of the additional forms for the new Salon era, where all those forms were in the cockpit. This is one that's going to be used on the battlefield. So this is why this kind of story makes more sense, because it's actually going to be used in combat. It's not just going to be used in the Megazord. So that's a very important point to note. So continuing on, episode 16 summary is called Blue Act, and the summary says Ravi resorts to drastic measures when Smash accidentally discovers they by some monsters, and what happens is that they can't transform, because if they transform in front of the movie store, he could reveal their identities to the public, and so basically they're in a situation where it becomes a problem. Also, on top of that, if they start talking to each other as if they're part of a team, it could also rise suspicion that they're maybe rangers. So again, it's all these issues and more, I'm guessing. And again, just a thought, I'm not saying this is 100% the case, but if I had to guess, that could be it. It could also be the situation where instead of it being that way, maybe someone catches it on film. Again, we don't know. Now, as far as what episodes this summary reminds me of, in Time Force, there is the episode called Full Exposure, where a photographer takes a picture of the Rangers as humans, and that leads to them having to try to prevent this person from revealing their identities to the public. And the other episode that it reminds me of, and this one less so, but it still counts, is Carlos on Call from Power Rangers in Space. That was an episode where the Black Ranger from Power Rangers in Space, Carlos, ended up transforming inside of a photo booth. And what happened is that when he was transforming, it was like one of the photo booths with like a bunch of pictures in it, and when he did that, what happened is that the pictures showed him transforming, picture by picture showing the transformation process. And so what happened is that there's this girl that ends up having this information, and she has the ability, and she basically blackmails him into doing whatever she wants in order to play with him. But for him, it's more so just he has to agree to this so that the identity, his identity and the other Rangers' identities aren't found out. Although at this time it was really just his. Later on, there was an episode where she's brought back, and the other friends' identities are found out by her, but she doesn't reveal them to the public. If you've watched Power Rangers in Space, you know exactly which episode I'm talking about for both of them. So yeah, these are very similar to that episode. So I'll be looking forward to each of these. Again, these 3 episodes should all be coming out this month. Again, 14 just came out outside of America, so these next 3 should be releasing throughout August, and then we should be probably seeing outside of America episode 18, and then episodes 19 and 20, and the holiday episode should be releasing sometime in September, I would imagine. So that's about it regarding those. I just wanted to give you guys that bit of information just so you guys are aware of what to expect for the show so far, and just in general, what are my opinions of the show. I personally am very happy with it. Lots of new merchandise is starting to release. They just released on Walmart's website the new set of figures for the toy line, so that includes the Gold Ranger, Silver Ranger, Red Ranger in his Fury mode, and also Drillotron, which is a monster that's introduced in one of these upcoming episodes. I'm not going to say which one, but he is introduced in one of the episodes that America has not gotten yet. And as far as other things go, the Zords for the show are also starting to hit the online market, and so are a number of other role-play items as well. And they're also starting to show up in stores as well. So just keep it in mind, many of these things are releasing now. A good number of things have started releasing. There are still a number of things that have not yet. And as far as Lightning Collection goes, a number of those things are starting to show up on the West Coast, but not much has started to show up yet on the East Coast. However, that should change in the next couple of weeks. So otherwise, that's about it from me, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I am Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.